Hello everyone, thank you very much for watching Master Jason Feng Shui channel. So as the Chinese New Year is approaching, we are really just less than a month away from the Lunar New Year. And one of the habits that most people have for those people who celebrate Chinese New Year is that they will usually want to deposit some money into the bank, right? During Chinese New Year as a form of a meaningful act of having sufficient money, right, to pass into the new year. Okay, so right today I will share with you, right, when is a good time for you to actually deposit money into the bank account in order to increase your wealth, right, in the year 2025, lunar year 2025. And additionally, I will also share with you, right, some of the auspicious way of choosing a good ATM PIN number, all right, that is lucky, right, for you to generate wealth. Because, right, as all of us know, right, nowadays, really, how many of us actually will carry with us the wallet to go out? I'm not quite sure. I personally, right, sometimes I do. Sometimes I just forget, right? Sometimes I will just leave the wallet at home because nowadays cashless payment is so rampant. We can go anywhere without the physical cash. We can just do a pay now, or we can just link our mobile phone to our credit card so that you can just use our phone to pay for purchases. So really, cash, right, is not something that is compulsory to carry nowadays. And in actual fact, many of my clients did ask me this question: is it really necessary for us to carry a wallet? Will it help to improve our wealth? I will say practically, carrying cash with us is still a positive thing because you never know one day if there are any technical issues with the, for example, the next terminal that you use to pay for your purchases, or with the ATM. So it's still good to have your cash with you, the physical cash with you. But we also can't deny the fact that a lot of people are really used to this virtual payment, in the sense that we can just use pay now, we can just use pay now or whatever. Actually, most of the time, right, even myself in Singapore, most of my clients, they pay me using pay now or pay now, or even just using credit card. So it's not common that we will use cash nowadays that often anymore. So what I'm trying to say is that if wallet is not something that is very popular nowadays, a lot of people are used to cashless payment, then what are the factors that will influence our accumulation of wealth? If you believe in it, if you believe in Feng Shui, there are actually certain numbers that are auspicious for the accumulation of wealth. So today I will share with you this aspect, and also to tell you when is a good time for you to deposit money into your bank account, so as to serve as a kind of like 钱母, or a kind of like money multiplier for you to have more money in the year 2025. As the saying goes, a good new beginning is half the battle won. So choosing an auspicious timing to deposit money into your bank account, or even resetting your ATM PIN number may actually help you in some way, right? If you do believe in Feng Shui. Before I begin, perhaps I will also show you the talisman that I have prepared. So this is what I have prepared for clients to counter the five yellow and two black unit star, or the disaster star in the year 2025. Very beautifully made, all laminated already. Currently, I have laminated 8 copies. There are more orders than that. So I will continue to make them and deliver them to your house, right, in the coming days. It is best to have them ready by Chinese New Year. So if you want a copy, do WhatsApp me in private. It is very beautifully created. This piece of gold here has a word called Fu, which is fortune, written on it with different kind of Taoist talisman that will help you to overcome challenges and have power over your hidden enemies, or overcome spiritual disturbances, and also to increase wealth, right, for your year 2025. So it's a very auspicious item to have at home. especially for countering the two black and 5 yellow star. The 2 black star, as I mentioned, is at the center area of the house, and the 5 yellow star is actually at the northeast. If you are totally confused about direction, as most Singaporeans do, northeast is actually represented by the N letter and the E letter. OK， 就是东北，东北就是我们武王星所到的地方。那二黑就很简单啊，它就在你的家的中心点。Two black is very easy. As long as you have a house and there's a center area of your house, I believe, right, 100% of us have a house, stay in somewhere with a roof, and there is always a central area, the center area of your house. That is where the 2 black star is. So all of us will encounter the 2 black and 5 yellow star in the year 2025, definitely, no doubt, right? And it will affect our health, and also usually is also a star that is related to mental health issue or even legal issue. So it will be important for us to carry out measures to counter such negative stars within our house feng shui. Yeah. So I already have all of them ready, laminated properly, very beautifully. I have more coming because more orders are being made. So continue to let me know, right? If you need it for yourself, for your family members, for your relatives, whoever who need it, I can send it to your house. Yeah. So okay. So right. Of course, today's topic, right? I cannot I cannot continue to. I will continue to help you to use Feng Shui and Bazi and to help you to improve your life. Today's topic is rather interesting. It's something that I have really not really touched on before. Is the choosing of auspicious number. Of course, right? I have to be honest. There are various style of using numbers as auspicious number, but what I personally consider as the most effective and most powerful way of choosing numbers is to base them on the 8 major stars that are named in the Fu Wei, Shen Qi, Tian Yi, Yan Nian, Wo Hai, Liu Sha, Jue Ming, and Wu Gui. So, okay, you may ask, Master Xian, 你又講乜鬼啊? So I will continue to, go through with you what do all these stars actually mean, and how is it related to our feng shui and the qi energy within our environment. As we all know, ultimately, feng shui is really about the manipulation of energy around us. And number itself do carry with them some kind of energy field. And that's the reason why number also matter in terms of feng shui. So before I begin, I will also say hi to Yvonne, and thank you very much for coming by tonight. So it's something that is quite different from what I have been sharing previously, but it is also helpful, especially in the choosing of number. And as I mentioned, right, Li Gua is also a period of time represented by the fire element. Fire is formless, is shapeness. So intangible currency means currency that doesn't require you to carry in a physical form, will be the main trend in the next 20 years. So you will see the continual decrease of the use of money. So we will not carry cash with us anymore. So if you don't carry cash with you, is there still a point? Thank you very much, Vanessa, my student. We just have Zui Dosu course this afternoon, right? Very fruitful course, very interesting discussion. But I will encourage all of us, right, to also learn something or to focus more on the usage of modern ways to improve money, right? Last time people say if you carry a certain shape of water, right, you will be more prosperous. If you carry a certain color of water, you'll be more prosperous. But all these are, to me, basically are rather kind of, okay, some of the things, right, that I have heard, right, that I found to be rather strange is that some people say that money, in terms of wallet, right, if you carry a wallet, you can only carry brown color wallet, you can only carry yellow color wallet, or you should avoid, right? You should avoid red color wallet. So this is really a very general kind of misconception in the sense, right? They see money, right? Money as belonging to the metal element. So some YouTuber or TikToker, just for arousing your interest, just to attract your attention, especially for those people who have no background knowledge in Bazi and Zuido. So they'll just tell you, oh, if you have a wallet, right, then you should always only keep a wallet that is of brown color, right? Because brown is a color that is belonging to the earth element, and it will generate the metal element, increasing your wealth. Or yellow color wallet, I'm not sure, not very commonly found in most of the shops nowadays, like yellow color wallet. I don't know, I've never seen one before. But they say that brown is good, yellow is good, or red is not good. They say red is not good because they say that red is of the fire element and it will melt the metal element. But as I tell you, as I have told you, now we are at the Li Gua Jiu Yun, right? We are at the Li Gua is represented by the fire element. Okay, so fire is something that is intangible. You cannot touch fire. Fire is intangible. So now we have things like cryptocurrency, crypto, right? Currency. We have internet banking. You know, all kinds of countries, like they have PayPal, etc. In Singapore, we have Pay Now and Pay Now. So can we still consider money as represented by the metal element due to the new era that we are in, called the Li Gua Jiu Yun, whereby money itself no longer has a physical form? So I will say it doesn't make sense. Whatever that doesn't make sense to me, I will usually rethink about it, and also try to use a modern approach to handle such issues. So now, right, given that money is formless, is shapeless, is basically just a digital number on your phone or in your bank account. So I will say numbers itself, the choosing of numbers itself will be more important in terms of its energy that will bring about auspicious, or inauspicious energy influence to your bank account value, right, so to speak. Okay, so I will just share with you some of the stars that we found in Feng Shui and some of the numbers that are related to such stars. We have the Shi Ji Xing. If you look at Feng Shui, right, we will always have this 4 auspicious stars called the Fu Wei. Right. Of course, you need to have a little bit of Feng Shui background knowledge to know what I'm talking about. Fu Wei is a position or an area within our environment that is the most stable. That is called the Fu Wei. And then we also have a Shen Qi Wei, which is kind of like called the energetic area or the energetic direction within the environment. And we also have the Tian Yi. Tian Yi, of course, direct translation is called the Heavenly Doctor. And very often it is also associated with wealth. Whenever I go to someone's house to conduct Feng Shui audit, I will always, first of all, look at where is the Shen Qi Wei, where is the Tian Yi Wei. Because these two areas are what we call the wealth area. This is the first wealth area. This is the second wealth area. All right. And then lastly, we also have another very auspicious area called the Yan Nian. That is also auspicious in terms of its ability to make developments in your life very sustainable and very long lasting, and usually is also able to benefit our health. So I will directly tell you, right, without too much a lot of beating around the bush. Some of the numbers that are good are, right, I will start with Fu Wei first because quite a lot of things to talk about. So I will just quickly write down the numbers. You guys can take a screenshot. All these are actually positive pairs of numbers that you can use for your PIN number. So I will continue to perhaps write in English, right? 4 auspicious. All right, I will just start with the first auspicious star. The first auspicious star. It is called Fu Wei. Okay, leave some space here. All right, Fu Wei. So I will list the strongest to the weakest in terms of their strength. In terms of Fu Wei, the strongest, I will just rank it as A, B, C, D, all right, in terms of strength. The best numbers for Fu Wei, it is actually belonging to the number 11 and 22. Okay, so if you observe my telephone number, right, if you look at my telephone number, if you remember my telephone number, perhaps I will just show you guys. Within my number, I have what? I have 111, right, within my phone number. If you look at the lower part of the screen, you can see my phone number. I have 111. So it is actually one of the most auspicious pair of number, 11 and 22. In terms of the Feng Shui energy, or whatever you call it, invisible force or whatever frequency that is associated with, 11 and 22 are actually very positive numbers. Okay, in terms of Feng Shui, it is called the Fu Wei numbers. So if you want to choose a very strong numbers for your ATM PIN number, if you want to improve your wealth, or if you want to say like choose a password for your whatever, you know, nowadays we have all kinds of financial accounts online. Some they acquired will require your email address and a password. Some will require just put a PIN number or whatever. So 11 and 22 are actually very good numbers if you want stability, financial stability especially. So very easy and simple. Choose 11 or 22 to have it inside your number. These are good numbers for the stability or stabilizing your financial development. So the second strongest is the 88 and 99. So if you observe, right, my telephone number also have 99. And I will say particularly 99 for the current period because we are of the 离卦九运. 离卦九运 means the 9 period. The number 9 is also having a very strong vibration or frequency that will help to benefit us in terms of wealth. In fact, if your house Feng Shui, the Shen Gong Flying Star, you are having this 99 as you're facing, you will enjoy wealth for the next 20 years of your life. Confirm that you will definitely have a good wealth development for your household in the next 20 years. So 99 is actually a very positive number. Of course, 88 is also okay. And the next set of number that is positive, they will be 66 and 77. All right. This is the okay. A is the strongest. B is the least strong. C is the subsequent least strong. And D, right? D will be the least powerful, but it's still good. So if you have numbers such as this 33 and 44, these are also positive numbers. If you look at Feng Shui, okay, I'm not talking about Bazi, not talking about 紫微斗数. I'm basically looking at it from a Feng Shui perspective, okay? Because different school of thoughts, they will have different kind of like theoretical explanation, but I'm looking at it from a Feng Shui perspective. Okay, if you want other kind of numerology, is not related, right? It's not related to numerology. What I'm sharing with you is Feng Shui because I have, repeated this sentence very often. 一命二运三风水. The most important factor is Feng Shui. Mean you cannot change. Once you are born, you have this father, you have this mother, you are born in a certain location as a male gender or male gender. You cannot change all these things. Yun is very often unchangeable also, to be honest, because it is a kind of, there's a fixed trajectory or a path for everyone. So Feng Shui is the third factor that you can change. And if you use numbers that are related to Feng Shui stars, it is more powerful than numerology. Okay? In fact, right, if you look at the sequence that I mentioned, 一命二运三风水，自应的五读书，第五七相八精神，九教归十养生，没有说到 numerology， 没有说到 numerology， 所以这只是说风水。所以我现在给你们的那个数目是跟风水的星星有关系的。你们记得就用啊，记不得可以再问我或者自己 screenshot 了啊。那我也不想再去讨论，就是说哪一个派别什么 numerology， 八字有自己一套风水，八字有一套数目的一个那个 theory， 然后紫微斗数也是一样。可是我现在教你们的是风水上面的数字 ，OK？ 好，所以我不想再去 argue 跟人家说我是 numerology 的，然后呢我用 numerology 好像比较好，我不管。我是现在教的是风水的 ，OK， 好了，所以看一下龟中的那个 comment 先哈。好 ，we can put these numbers in the bad sectors of our house to help with the flow. It really depends. But for today's focus, I will focus more on the usage in terms of the numbers that usually you will use. Of course, it can also include your phone number. As I mentioned, right? If you look at my number, I have a lot of positive numbers within my telephone number also, okay? So I believe it has helped me throughout the past, I would say 15 to 20 years. I have kept this number. And for the past 10 to 20 years of development in my life, I say it's okay, it's rather positive, rather stable. I have not experienced any poverty, not experienced any life-threatening issues. I would say that my business are doing okay. My businesses are doing okay. So will this phone number actually benefit us? I will leave it up to you to believe. But personally, I have witnessed many cases whereby numbers would actually influence our life. So you can choose all these numbers for your ATM PIN number, for your even your email password, or for also your phone number. Okay, other numbers I'm not sure, like your car plates. You can also choose it for your car plates. It's totally okay. All right. So as long as there are numbers that are usually used within your life, I will say it will help you. Okay. So quite easy and simple today. Not too much of like abstract explanation related to Bazi and Zuedo. So the next positive star is called the Sun Qi. And Sun Qi is also considered a kind of wealth energy, more kind of secondary wealth energy. It is also related to kind of like energetic area, or an area that will bring about opportunities and positive progress. So it is a rather good star also, right? Whatever Sun Qi means the creation of positive energy within your life. Okay, so you have, all right, Vanessa says that I got 59 in my mobile number. Oh, that's very good. Because as I mentioned, we are at the Li Gua Jiu Yun. So having more number nines are good, especially the last two digits of the number, right? The last two digits of the number is the outcome, right? Actually, in terms of the analysis of numbers, we do consider the last two digits as the final outcome. So if you have the last two digits as the number 9, just like me, right? I also have the last two digits as the number 9. It actually signals positive outcomes in life. So if you have 111 in the middle, it's like stable development, in the process, and ultimately lead to a very positive outcome, 99, okay, which is the dominant number within the next 10 years. So that is how I chose my number, all right, to be honest. I always have nothing to hide. I tell you all my secrets. So this is something that you can do for yourself, all of you who are watching this video, or all of you who are interested in Feng Shui. So gray zone, I have 55. Is it not listed? Yes, it is not listed, right? Unfortunately, if you refer back to my previous number, 55 is not inside. So don't use 55, right? It's not that positive. So love, Lian, Clay, Blue, Berry, Lim. My last three digits is 553. I will say I will go through all the numbers, right? Then you guys can judge for yourself. If not, right, I will have a avalanche of numbers coming in for me to analyze, and I will not be able to finish the live session and the explanation. Yeah, 99 at the last two digits are very good. How about single 9? All right. In terms of Feng Shui, we will always look at a pair of numbers usually, because 2 is a number of yin and yang. So it will bring about when gu yang bu shen, gu yin bu zhang. So we will always look at two numbers. It's like when you have only one man or one woman, right? You will not be able to multiply and have kind of like fill the earth with human beings, right? So you will always best to have a pair. Okay, so I will continue, right? Just in case, right? Because I still have a lot of things to explain, so I'll try to speak a little bit faster. So Sun Qi is a positive area. Even in Feng Shui, is always related to our area that will bring about positive energy, opportunities, energy, and also wealth. Okay, so the best pair of numbers in terms of Sun Qi, the first one, right? The strongest. I will just put it as A. A is the strongest. Is 14 and 41. Okay, so a lot of people say, oh, 4, right? Doesn't sound like a good number. Actually, 4 is a very good number. In especially Cantonese, right? Like I myself is a Cantonese, 死聲好似好唔好意頭咁喎. But actually, in terms of 全空 flying star, 4 is a very auspicious number. It is a number that is related to Wenchang or scholastic achievement, or even is a number that will bring about positive developments in contractual issues. So 4 is actually not a number that is associated with that. It is not. It is actually a very positive number. So 14 and 41 are actually good numbers. The strongest numbers in terms of Sun Qi, right? Sun Qi, this star energy is good. The next best is called 67 and 76. So you can use 67 and 76 also. They are a pair of good numbers. The next best will be 39 and 93. And the least positive is 28 and 82. Well, Cantonese also like 28, right? Because like 二發, very easy to get rich. So, right, but ultimately, you really have to look at it from a Feng Shui perspective. So, the sound of the number, especially Cantonese, they always just listen to the sound of the number and consider whether it is good or bad. You can't, because you really have to look at what are the stars associated with it to tell whether it is auspicious or not. Okay, so the next one, all of us will love it, is the 天意. 天意 is the best star for wealth. So do listen carefully, all right, for the next set of numbers that I'm introducing you. These are the best numbers for wealth. So I will just write it down. Okay, I'll share the screen first. This will be the best numbers for wealth. All right. So the most powerful one is, okay, I will just put it as A as the most powerful, 1331. All right. All these are the most powerful. Okay. So, but in terms of Cantonese, it's also quite nice in the sense that 1331, 13 is like san is like sound that give birth to something, right? 生意, right? So 3131, so it's good for wealth, right? 生意 嘛. All those people who conduct business, right, actually can use the number 31 or 13, okay, because they will bring about good indirect wealth or great wealth developments for your life. Also, is a rather auspicious number. So the next number that is good, the number 68 and 86. If you ever heard, right, there's a very a very well-liked strings of numbers by Chinese called 168. 就是说168，他们叫168。一路法我们 Cantonese 叫做一路法那也是一个很好的 number， 68也是一个很好的 number 也是一个很好的 number， 所以你要选嘛，选多一点68啊86咯。那1这个号码其实是未来星来的，我们叫做过了9运以后，我们就回去100桃花星，100桃花100贪婪桃花星。那因为它是未来星嘛，所以也是一个很好的星，就是它代表未来会有机会。所以这两个号码可能是说全部的号码里面最好用的啦如果你是说喜欢一些很吉祥的 number， 就13133131 6868这些号码啦可是你不要告诉人家好不好，宝贝们，你不要我今天给你们的号码，你们全部选你们的 ATM 那等一下人家都知道你的 PIN number 所以你还是mix up 一点mix up 一点那个 sequence 全部的那个 PIN number 都一模一样，那全部的 account 都可能被 hack 对不对？很危险，对不对？所以 BM 谢谢你的观看也是晚安祝福就是晚问好了然后呢，所以你们可以就选这些号码咯。然后呢 C 就是说 the next best auspicious are 49 and 94 okay。So you can also use 49 and 94 that are positive for wealth, and followed by D is 27 and 72. All right, all these are good numbers, best numbers for wealth. All right, all of us love money, right? Especially in Singapore, we can't do without money because everything is so expensive. All right, and then also right, you always, I don't know why, right, in Singapore, whenever I come back to Singapore, somehow my gadget will just spoil, and then I have to get a new one. I don't know why, right? Then when they want to get, like for example, the Samsung Fold 4, I used to have a Samsung Fold 4. But every time, okay, I'm a user of Samsung Fold 3 and Fold 4, and just after a year, it will just spoil. Once it is beyond your warranty period, it will just suddenly crack, right? The inner screen, the folding screen, it will just crack, confirm that it will crack. So don't use a Samsung Fold, definitely don't use it. It is very lousy phone, after a year it will spoil. And I bought this Samsung Fold 4 for just about like secondhand. I bought it from a dealer, $400 plus $500. But when the screen cracked, the folding screen that is inside the Fold 4 cracked, I went to Samsung and checked. They told me, your phone is beyond warranty period. So to replace your inner screen, you have to pay $700 to replace the inner screen. Whereby when I bought the phone, it only cost me $400. So if I really go and repair my phone, it will cost me another $700 of loss. So really, I don't know why all these strange things will happen to me when I'm in Singapore. So really to save money, right? If you want to have positive wealth development in the year 2025, don't use Samsung phone, right? Don't use Samsung phone. It's going to cost you a lot of money to repair and etc. etc. Especially the phone. The phones are really lousy. But Oppo are very good, right? I know I'm sidetracking a little bit, but Oppo is very good. Oppo 5N3 so far has not given me any problems. I love it. The cameras are good. They have a 6x zoom. They have the wide angle zoom, very clear pictures. And so far the screen, okay, it only has problem once. But when I went to Oppo, the service center at Lovina, they just repair for me within half an hour, and I'm done and able to continue to use the phone. Oppo phone have 24 months of warranty, whereby Samsung phone only have 12 months of warranty. So please don't get yourself into problems or troubles or any kind of unnecessary headaches by using Samsung. It is getting more and more worse, in my opinion. All right, I'm a victim of user that is a victim, right, of this phone, right, having this cracking of the screen issue. Yeah, so don't use Samsung, okay. And all right, so the next best star that I'm going to tell you is the Yan Nian. Yan Nian is a positive star also. Is able to bring about long-lasting, sustainable development that is positive, and is especially good for wealth. So for people who are old or who often fall sick, maybe you would like to choose the Yan Nian numbers, right? The best Yan Nian numbers are the 1991, like me, right? Also have 19 and 91 within my numbers. So basically, my numbers are pretty okay, right? Yeah. So the next best will be 7, 8, and 8, 7. Okay, these are the next best, and then the 3, 4, and 4, 3 are the next best, and followed by D, right? 2, 6, and 6, 2. So if you are someone who need to have more long-term stable development in terms of wealth, you can choose these numbers for your phone number, for your ATM PIN number, etc. All this will be able to bring about positive energy. Okay, so of course, right, I'm done with all the positive numbers. We also have negative numbers. So avoid using the following numbers. The following numbers are actually rather negative. Okay, so the first one I will start with, I will use another color. It's called a War High. War High in Feng Shui is an area that will always bring about problems, furniture spoiling for no reasons, electronic appliances breaking down for no reasons, etc. So War High is not really a positive area in Feng Shui, and there are certain numbers that are associated with the War High star. The first one, the most powerful one, is 1, 7, and 7, 1. All right, so don't use all these numbers for the kind of like, you know, like your figures. You don't want your figures to like have accident. Try to avoid 1 and 7. These two numbers are not so positive. Perhaps I will check if in the history of mankind, right, anything that is related to number 1 and 7 to see if there are really such kind of Yes, if you look at, right, there are multiple matches for aeroplane crash history number 17, including the Malaysia Airplanes Flight 17 and Evergreen International Airplanes Flight 17. Okay, so let's look at history together. I know it's kind of interesting, but really, sometimes Feng Shui and Bazi you can't look at it from a logical perspective, but somehow, history will show you certain data that is coherent with Feng Shui theory or Bazi theory. So let's look at some of the worst airplane crash, right, in the history of mankind. The first one we have, of course, is on July 17, 2012, a Boeing 777 or Malaysia Airline Flight 17, right, flying from Amsterdam to Kuala Lumpur was shot down by Russian-made surface-to-air missile over eastern Ukraine. So all 298 people on board died, including 193 Dutch citizens. A Dutch court convicted 3 men for their roles in the incident and sentenced them to life in prison. Blah, 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 blah. Another airplane crash on March 18, 1989, Evergreen International Air Flight 17 lost control and crashed near Caswell Air Force Base in Seguinla, or Texas. So right, in history, indeed, right, there are several, right, flights. Even this December, right, MH17 to Zhuzhou Air. The shooting down, okay, let me check. From MH to Zhuzhou Air, I believe recently, right? We also just have a plane crash, right? What was the number? I'm not sure if it's but anyway, right? 17 is really not a very positive number. Okay, 17 is not a positive number. And then the next not so positive number is 89. All right. Perhaps I will share with you the iPad screen also. Right. And 89 and 98 are also not so positive. Okay, so avoid using these. And 46, 64 are also not so positive, followed by 23 and 32. All right, from a Feng Shui perspective, all these numbers are not so positive. Okay, so try to avoid them as much as you can. Don't use them for your vehicles, or if you see that your airplane number having all these numbers, try to avoid them. I know it's a little bit of superstition, but just for fun, I'm just mentioning it for fun. But really, all these numbers are kind of like the worst numbers in terms of Feng Shui. And if you look at just recently, right, the deadliest crash of the, okay, let's look at these together. I know I kind of like jumped a little bit, but we will look at 2024. In the year 2024, right, 737 also crashed, right? 73 and 37 is also of the German. Okay, so I will jump step a little bit, but I believe it's quite interesting. In the year 2024, in the month of January, the 5th of January, right, shortly after departing Portland International Airport in Oregon, Boeing 737 MAX 9 operating as Alaska Airlines flight 1282 suffered an explosive decompression when a plug covering an unused exit door blew out. The airport made a safe return to Portland with all 177 occupants alive. All right, thank God, right? They didn't die, but really it's still a air traffic accident. The FAA subsequently ordered all 737 MAX 9 planes fitted with doors plugged to be grounded for inspection, blah, 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 blah. If you look at 73 or 37, these are the jamming numbers. Jamming is, of course, if you look at it, right, jamming, of course, is usually related to death. So jamming is not a good number. And I will show you the jamming number later on, all right? So let me see if in 2025, any other accident that have, yeah. So of course you may say perhaps it's just coincidence. Yes, I can't deny that it could be coincidence, but I'm just telling you from a Feng Shui perspective, certain numbers will really be more negative than the rest. Okay, so let me see the 2025 one. 2025, the plane number, what was that? I can't find it, but anyway, right? Just remember, all right. So I will share with you the iPad again, the negative number. Try to avoid them. All right, so I'm done with this war high. All right, war high is a problematic area, is a disastrous kind of star. So try to avoid them. The next one is called Liu Sha. Okay, you may ask, Master Jason, in Bazi we have Qi Sha. But this is different from the Qi Sha or the whatever Sha. It's called the Liu Sha. It is more an area in Feng Shui that is not so good for interpersonal relationship, called Liu Sha. And the worst numbers are, I will just put A as the worst number, 16 or 61. Okay, and then the next worst is 47 and 74. Okay, and then the next is 38 and 83, and followed by 29 and 92. So try to avoid these sets of numbers in your PIN number, in your whatever car place or phone number, whatever. So it will help you. But Liu Sha, in a way, it is actually kind of like it's like how to say, all right? I don't know if you do have enemies. I don't know if you do have enemies. I'm not teaching you methods to harm your enemies, but if one day it's like you do have your enemies, and somehow you kind of like you kind of list them in your phone, right? Like you have certain kind of code number to to associate with certain friends, right? I don't know. I personally do that. I group my clients under certain group of numbers, like my friends under a certain group of numbers. You can group your enemies using this kind of negative numbers, okay, so that they will not harm you, right, so to speak. So, but really, it's just a sidetrack a little bit. You can try that if you want to, but I'm just telling you, right, the theoretical aspect of Feng Shui. So the next jamming, right, as I mentioned earlier on, jamming is also another star that you bring about death or life-threatening issue. Jamming, right, as you know, J is, of course, it's very much like elimination or termination, right? Ming, of course, is your life. Okay, so jamming is not a positive star. And in terms of this very negative star, right, the worst numbers are A 1221, okay, followed by B 6996, followed by C 4884, and followed by D, as just I mentioned, 37 and 73. That is where you know, the 737 is where the plane accident, right, that took place in 2024. Yeah. So do avoid these numbers, okay? They will bring about unexpected issues or problems. So kind of strange, right? Okay, if you look at very, very strangely, right, another very strange piece of news, okay, I just found it, and really it's very strange. If you look at the news in just a few days ago, right, we have these plane crash, right, South Korea air crash recorders missing final 4 minutes. So you know, recently we just have a plane crash in South Korea. The plane actually you know, something happened and it crashed into the a concrete wall, and on board how many people were killed? 179, right? 179 are killed. I mentioned earlier on, right, 17 is actually the negative number, and coincidentally, right, 179 people are killed. And if you look at 79, they are the 5 ghosts number, right? 5 ghosts number, which I'm going to jump into right now. All right. So it's not an auspicious number also, and this will be the last negative number that I will show you for today. So the last one is called the 5 ghosts. It sounds kind of scary, right? Because 有胡之鬼啊，就是说会不会很恐怖？我觉得如果你是说相信鬼的话，那其实是就鬼我们就觉得很恐怖。其实坦白说啦，我个人自己我不怕鬼啊，可是很多人都很怕鬼，都是说五鬼嘛，通常都是代表家里面最容易卡到阴的地方或者你的环境里面呢，最容易有那种灵界骚扰啊，那个牛头马面出现的地方啊，去家里去地狱啊那种地方啊。所以嘛，我们五鬼最 powerful 的那个 set of number 就有1881了啊，然后然后第二个不好的就是7997，然后第三个不好的就是36，还有63，然后第四个不好的就是24，还有42。所以你看一下刚才的那个 news 你等一下我们回去if you look at the news, right, the airplane just few days ago in South Korea, how many people died? 179. I mentioned, right, 17 is actually the war high, the most power, the worst war high energy, right? 17. And 79 is what? It's also belonging to the 5 ghosts, right? 5 ghosts which of the second worst, right? So 179 definitely not a good number. And unfortunately, the crash of the Jeju air flight killed 179 people, making it the deadliest air accident on Korean soil. That's the worst ever airplane accident that has ever taken place in Korea. 2 cabin crew members were the only survivors. Okay, so it is really very sad. So so what I'm trying to tell you today is that really if you believe in it, there are some kind of correlation in terms of this set of numbers. Some numbers are correlated with certain positive developments, whereas some numbers are correlated with negative developments. All right. So for all my babies, right, you take care, right, and take all this information to use it in your everyday life, make it into a practical use, so it will help you in terms of your life development. And the next thing I'm going to talk about is when to bank in money for the new year. Okay, So this one, right, is kind of tricky. You will need to know your day master strength. Of course, it's something that most of us will know, especially those viewers who are not familiar with their Bazi reading. But I will still tell you as it is. All right, it's a little bit more difficult, but if you are able to choose it properly, right, you will be able to have a more prosperous new year by banking money on the first following days. So I will just go back to some of the very basic in Bazi reading first. We have the 火会怎么样？火会生土嘛，对不对？然后呢，土会生金嘛，对不对？然后金会生水啊，有水会生木啊，对不对？然后木又会生火。然后呢，火会克 ，OK， 我用另外一个颜色哈。你只要记得这个 table 嘛，你就可以开始算八字了哈。火会克金啊，这个火会克金。然后呢，金会OK， 金会克木金会克木，对不对？然后木会克土啊。有土会克水啊，水也会克火啊，所以你只要记得这个 diagram 呢，你就可以怎么说？可以算八字了咯很简单。那你就看一下自己的命格，你自己的日元是什么？什么叫做日元呢 ？In terms of Bazi reading, the day master, which is the heavenly stamp of the day you are born. All right, we will always have one heavenly stamp and one brunch in terms of Bazi reading. So you really have to look at your date of birth. Okay, this is the focus point. Not your animal zodiac, all right, not your animal zodiac. So those so-called masters who continuously, repeatedly, like an old broken record, telling you, you are a Rosa zodiac this year is good, your Ox zodiac this year is average, your Monkey zodiac this year not so good. All these are really so-called practitioners who want to advertise their business. They want to make Bazi in a way that is relatable to layman in the sense that I will say 90% of the people in the society, they don't know anything about Bazi reading. They just know what are their animal zodiacs. But as a responsible Bazi practitioner, you really have to tell clients the truth. The truth is that in terms of Bazi reading, your date of birth is always the focus point, the most important factor, especially the heavenly stamp. In Chinese, we call it the 日主。日主或者日元有些人说是日元也是可以So in English we find it in English we kind of call it a day master because 主 of course day master 主 is like 主人的主了so you call it a day master. Okay, so just remember we only have a few types of day master. 甲乙丙丁戊子庚辛壬癸就是那么简单So the 10 heavenly stamps basically represents the 10 types of day master that we will have. But it is, okay, it may sound simple, but it's not that simple. But I will still write it down. 甲乙丙丁戊子庚辛壬癸Right? It sounds very simple, right? Okay, so before I go into the deeper part of today's teaching, right, I'll take a look at some of the comments first. So Great Film, I use Oppo. Yes, Oppo is a good phone. Thumbs up for Oppo. I love Oppo. And does it apply to birthday? No, it doesn't apply to. You mean the Bazi or the numbers? Now I'm talking about numbers. Now I'm talking about the day master. So I'm not sure if you're referring to my previous earlier teaching. So Mr. Testy, thank you very much for watching. Yeah. So right, just remember. We all have we will always have one of these as our day master. We cannot run away from these 10 heavenly stamp. But there is a difference whether you are a weak day master or a strong day master. So I will first talk about strong day master. All right. So let's say you are of the Jia and Yi day master that are strong. Find a day that is strong in the earth element. Okay, so let me choose for you after Chinese year, which day is strong in the earth element. Or let's say you are on a strong Jia wood and Yi wood day master. I will say, okay, all right, choose a day that is closer to the Lunar New Year. I will say 7 is good. Okay, so all right, we will start a new page for Jia Yi. All right, some of the days before Chinese New Year, or okay, I usually will do it after Chinese New Year because that is where the energy is totally into the into our life. So I will say one of the strong Earth day is the 7th of February. Okay, so if you are strong, all right, we just write here, if you are strong Jia or Yi Wood, you can choose 7 February 2025 to bank in your money, okay? So that will help you to multiply your money. It will serve as a form of trigger for the positive enhancement of wealth in your life, all right? Because strong Jia and Yi Wood Day Master, you will lead a Earth Day, strong Earth Day. Strong of day, and in Feng Shui or in terms of Bazi and whatever, right? We always consider the starting point as very important. It's like 你有一个好的开始哦，就是成功的一半嘛。所以你就在那一年说第一次把钱 deposit 进去那个 bank account， 就是一个好的开始啊。那一天是你旺财的一天来的哈。所以甲木、乙木生旺的朋友们，2月7号这一天，你们可以把银行放进去一个 bank account 里面，那你就会有一个比较好的一个开始咯。好的开始就是成功的一半嘛，好，对不对？好，那我先说那种身旺的那种八字先啊。那下一个呢，身旺的八字呢，就是丙跟丁啊。丙丁的 if you have a strong 丙 and 丁day master. Most of my clients will know whether they are having a strong or weak day master. So if you don't know, right, having an in-depth astrological reading will help you. But for the strong fire day master, Bing and Ding, the wealth element, of course, is metal. So you have to choose a day that's strong in metal. And in February, the day is strong in metal after entering into the snake year will be actually from 8 to 10 are all kind of okay. 8 to 10 February are all quite okay. So you can choose to bank in your money from the 8 to the 10 because all these 3 days are strong in the metal element. Okay? Very simple, right? A lot of people complain to say that, Master Jason, 你又講乜鬼啊？我唔知你講乜嘢喎，一大堆。Every time they say complain, Master Jason, the things you teach really is too deep, I can't digest. So now, right, I'm really breaking all this down into baby food. So you can just take it at your own pace, right? Own time, own target, and then use it, right, in the practical aspects of your life. Very easy, right? I'm trying my best already, okay? I'm trying to break down all the really difficult parts in Bazi and Feng Shui into really baby food to feed you so that you can use it in your life, all right? So hopefully, right, you can also, really, benefit your life with all this knowledge. Okay, the next one is Mu and Zi Earth. Strong day master. So you need to find a strong water day. Okay, strong water day. So in February, which are the strong water day? I will say 11 and 12. 11, 12 are okay. So go and bank in your money on the 11 and 12 of February. That will bring about a good beginning. That will multiply your money in the long run, etc. Okay. The next one, Gun and Sun. Very simple, right? Am I going? Are you able to understand what I'm saying? I hope that you guys are able to understand at this level because I really break it down to the simplest form already, right? In my explanation, all right. Gun Sun, all right. If you have a strong day master, then choose a day that's strong in the wood element, all right. Okay, so in the month of February, which is okay, the dirt itself is actually very strong, right? So that dirt of February, right, 2-5, you can just bank in your money, okay? And that will bring about positive energy for your wealth accumulation. So the last one, of course, is the Ren Kui. All right. Okay, my iPad is kind of slow. Already the latest model, okay? Ren Kui. So if you have a strong Ren or Kui day master, find a day that is strong in fire, right? Strong in fire. So which day is strong in fire in February? I will say the 5 and 6. All right, 5 and 6 of February are good, right? So bank in money on the 5 and 6. All right. So I have also mentioned we also have friends who are of the weekday master. So what do you do? So now I will also quickly go through if you have a weekday master of the Jia and Yi Wood. So what will you do, right? Jia and Yi Wood, if you have a weekday master, you have to find a day that is strong in the water or wood element. Then you will be able to enhance your day master strength in order to have better influence to your wealth. So these days are strong in the, let me see, all right? As I mentioned, the dirt itself is good already. So if you are weak, Jia and Yiwu Day Master, go and bank in money on the dirt, okay? So the next one, Bing Ding. Bing Ding, they are weak, you need the wood and fire, right? You need the wood and fire. So basically just go for, I will say 5 and 6, right? 5 and 6 are okay. So for Bing Ding, they are weak, right? Weekday master, go for 5 and 6 in February. And then the next one we will have the Mu Zi. This iPad is really hopeless. So a Mu and Zi, if you are of a weekday master, go for fire and earth day. Fire and earth day, let's say 7, right? 7 is good. Yeah, so just go for 7 in February, all right, because that is a Ding Wei day, okay? So the next one we will have the Gen Xing of the weekday master. I don't know why it is like it always stuck, even if I press a few times. Okay, for Gen Xing, they are of weekday master, banking money, right? Because you need a day that is strong in the earth and metal. So banking money on the 8, 9, or 10 are also okay. 8, 9, or 10 February, okay? So the last one is Ren and Kui Water that are weak. Okay, Ren and Kui Water that are weak. So you need days that are strong in metal and water. So which are, okay, strong in metal and water, 8 and 9. 8 and 9 are okay. Also, 11 and 12 are okay. All right. So if you don't understand, you don't have to understand. All right. You just screenshot the days that I have mentioned, and as long as you know what are your day master strength, then you'll be able to find the appropriate day to bank in your money already. But I have to mention that the economy in the next 3 years, the next three years particularly, are not going to be good because we are having 3 years of very strong fire. Next year 2025 is of Yi Shi. 2026 is of Bing Wu. 2027 are of the Ding Wei. So the world will be very chaotic. In fact, I have observed every day my job is really to analyze clients' birth chart. I see that 80% to 90% of my clients will have big changes in their life in the next 3 years. Of course, some are bad changes, some are good changes. So what I'm trying to say is that the world is going to go through a very go through traumatous great changes in the next 3 years. So whether it's going to be a negative or positive, really depends on your birth chart. But I will say, right, having this kind of very strong fire years are usually not very positive for the economy, because ultimately financial sectors are all related to the metal and water element. And if you really look at actual fact, right, if you look at the US economy, if you do know about the US economy, their economy is based on this what we call what do you call that, fiat currency, right, or something like that. What I call the right it's like they always print money, right? When the US government run out of money, what they do? Last time, right, in the history of America, the US currency, right, US dollar, is always linked or backed up by gold, right? But now it's no longer, right? No longer backed up by gold. So whenever the US government runs out of money, what will they do? They will just print more money, all right? So they will continue to feed the deficit of the US economy with more printed money. So it is a cycle that will never end. So it's like the government issue currency that is not backed by commodity, all right? Fiat money, what we call the fiat money, all right? Is government issue currency that is not backed by a commodity such as gold. So is it going to collapse sometimes? It will definitely collapse. Because basically the money are just printed. It's like there's no real value behind it. It's just that the US government will continue to print out more money to feed to pay back the deficit, and the cycle will repeat. And that will cause the overall prices of everything to increase ultimately. That's why nowadays we experience tremendous level of inflation. Right nowadays, like last time, just 10 years ago, a plate of chicken rice maybe would just cost, I don't know, $3. Now, basically, you go to a food court, a plate of chicken rice will cost $6 to $8. And it's all really this is like one of the factors that is causing all this inflation is really due to the fact that money really has no value anymore because it's all printed. Okay, so will this collapse happen in the next 3 years? I will say very likely, right? Especially in 2026. And I already mentioned, right, the year 2025 will have a lot of problems in the northeast of the globe. Just yesterday or a few days before, right? Japan also have an airplane accident, right? Just few days ago. If you look at the 2025, right? I will try to search for you the piece of news. Okay, the Japan one. No people died, but it's still a traffic accident, right? So let's take a look at this. As I mentioned, right, Northeast is having the 5 yellow star, which is a star that will bring about human life loss, a lot of problems, or even military conflicts. So let's take a look at this piece of news together. Some kind of cookies blocking me. So but I believe you guys have read this piece of news, right? Nearly all passengers on burning JAL A350 advocated through 2 exits. Yeah. So another air traffic accident happening in Japan, right? So it is really going to be a very problematic problem area. Problems from area, the northeast, Taiwan, Japan, also including China, because the center area this year, which is represented by China, is having the 2 black unit star. So we all have to look out, be cautious, especially if you have investment in China, in Japan, or in Taiwan. It's not going to be a smooth ride. I will say the coming year, a lot of problems will happen in this region. And will this actually somehow lead to military conflict between China and Taiwan? And if you know, when China and Taiwan fight, it will not be just the 2 of them fighting. US will get involved, Japan will get involved, South Korea will get involved, and now North Korea already is fighting the war in Ukraine. So it's going to be chaotic, and we all have to be very watchful. And just yesterday also, LA also have a very quick fire, right? As I mentioned, right, fire accident is going to take place very commonplace, right? In the year, in the next 3 years, we have this LA fire that has broken out just like, was it yesterday, right? Los Angeles wildfire, right? So let's take a look at this piece of news also. Yeah. All right. California wildlife updates, death toll rise to 11 as what panics say this fire expands east. So this is like the latest news, updated 11 of January 2025. Los Angeles County officials on Saturday say at least 11 people have been killed by wildfires that continue to scorch the region as the Palisades fire, the largest of 6 active fires, shifted east, with forecasters warning of strong winds through the weekend. So really, all these fire accidents will be very commonplace in the coming year, in the coming next 3 years. We can also expect a volcanic eruption, great explosion, military operations between, countries, etc. So the next years are not going to be very peaceful, are not going to be a very smooth ride for most people. So please do take good care, right? In short. So hopefully today's sharing has been useful and an interesting one. So David has a comment. Master gold will go up in years to come. I will say not going to be tremendously up, but it's still a safe resolve because safe kind of like safe kind of asset for the storage of value because the earth element will be enhanced subsequently also increase, I mean kind of like enhancing the metal element. Metal element will definitely be safe as a kind of like fixed asset in the year 2025, particularly because if you look at gold itself, right, it is represented by this有 metal, right? And 四有丑 actually form a metal combination formation. 仪式 is the pillar of 2025. And gold is represented by this word called Yo. Right, this is gold. And in terms of Bazi reading, 四 and Yo will actually form a combination 叫做和局啊。Of course, to really fulfill this 和局, you need to have the 丑 element also. But a half combination is also possible, right? In practice. So if you really want to decrease the energy of the fire element, let's say you are someone whose inauspicious element is of the fire. So next year, I mean, after entering into the slick year officially, the slick year will take over and it will be a strong fire element. If you really want to lower the energy of this slick fire, kind of like slick, 是 is of the fire energy. So you want to lower this energy of the 是, you may try to buy gold or wear more gold. Like, you know, sometimes some of the clients ask me, oh, Master Jason, you seem to like to wear gold. It's not really I like to wear gold. It's just that I really need to balance my energy field. Because in the year 2025, it's going to be a strong fire year. Regardless whether you have, a warm chart or a cold chart, it's still good to have some kind of balance for your own birth chart. So by wearing gold or even like purchasing gold, it can help you to, as a cuff, to save money, serve as a form of fixed asset, also balance your energy field, your aura. So you will see me wearing gold, like white gold, my earring, sometimes I will wear my gold chain with my amulet, the Thai amulet. So that's a reason behind, and that's also the reason why I have created this. Because gold is really something that will help us in the year 2025. Especially for overcoming the negative energy of the 2 black and the 5 yellow. That's why I created this piece of gold for us to put at home at the center of the house and the northeast of the house. It will definitely help, right? Everything I do have a reason behind. It's not like anyhow I design something, I want to force sell to you. There's a reason why I do it, all right? It's not like anyhow I just create something and then sell you a few $1,000s. This is not expensive, all right? If you want to know the price, do let me know, all right? And let me know your delivery address. I'll be able to send it to your house. So, love Lin Yan K Blueberry Lim. I'm already a strong metal and gold. Should I wear gold? By the way, I love gold. Well, you can, because the next 3 years, as I mentioned, is strong in the fire element. Gold will help you to balance your energy. Gold will always generate water. As I mentioned, it will help to balance your aura, so to speak. Because the next 3 years, the universal energy, some astrologer, the Vedic astrologer, also say there will be sun flare. Like the sun will have some kind of explosion, right, in the near future. So it's coherent with the Bazi theory in the sense that the next 3 years are very strong in the fire element. Fire element is represented by the sun. So I'm not surprised to hear some further astrologers saying that there will be sun flare. It means the sun will have some kind of great explosion. And as you know, light itself is a form of energy. And if you have sun flare, when the sun is exploding, it will definitely affect your brainwave, your bodily health, your bodily magnetic field. So it will definitely affect all of us. So if you want to have a more balanced bodily health or mental health, wear more gold, it will help, right, in the next 3 years. So, of course, right, this will also be able to help us to ratify our house Feng Shui in the next next year in the year 2025. I mean, after entering into the sleep year officially, all right, it will help, especially countering the 2 black and 5 yellow, which are negative stars that will commonly bring about legal issues, financial issues, also illnesses and psychological issues. So I will recommend all of us to get this. It will be very helpful. I already have it fixed up in my own house to get ready for the year 2025. So let me know if you need it. So thank you very much for watching today. Has been a pleasure always talking, sharing with you guys. And thank you very much for all the questions. Thank you very much, Yvonne, for always coming by. Vanessa, also Great Zone, and Love Linian, Grey Blueberry, Lim, and Vion. Thank you very much, Great Song, Mr. Tax Day. Thank you all, and for all the viewers who often the silent majority, right? The silent majority, I like to call them. Thank you very much for being here tonight. Also, so wishing you a beautiful Sunday evening. Do rest well tonight. Today actually is Sunday, but I didn't have any rest because I have to teach in the afternoon. So I also go and have my dinner now and take some rest. Take a break, right? Because it's been a long day for me. So thank you all very much. If you like this video, please like and share and give me a thumbs up. And hopefully I will be able to this video will help all more people to live a better life using ancient wisdom. Thank you very much for watching, and I will see you in the next live video. Bye bye.